Hi Psychic America, this is Tracey Brown coming to you today, October 29th. I actually know the date. I'm coming from the Green Man store. You can reach me at 818-985-2010 for your own readings, 818-985-2010. Or I have a new Skype program that I'm starting, and my Skype name is Psychic Tracey Brown. So, doing a couple of readings today. And as you all know, one of them is going to be on Chris Brown. Chris Brown, what happened? Oh, Chris. Oh my God. On the heels of your mother unfollowing you on Twitter, and then to have, it's my understanding, I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but it's my understanding that a lot of this may have had to do with Karrueche. I don't like people with the letters K, I'm finding. And if any of my Twitter people have Ks, I'm sorry. But I'm finding that people in the industry with Ks are a problem for me. That Karrueche is insisting upon moving in with you. And Chris, you know that can't happen, right? You know that. You know you're still in love with Rihanna, and this isn't psychic. This is more like just me talking, that having Karrueche move in would just ruin things between you and Rihanna. But I have to tell you, Twitterland, Facebook people that are following Chris Brown, I have to tell you, stop asking Chris not to participate in a relationship with Karrueche. The more you do that, the more he keeps Karrueche around. So, just stop. Just let this unfold. Let it not unfold. Just let Chris do whatever Chris wants to do. Chris will work it out, I promise you. But I have a question from one of my YouTube people. I don't know if she's on Twitter, but I've got to ask her if she's on Twitter. Definitely YouTube. And the question is, it's a good question actually, it's a good reading to do. Because I was going to do what's around Chris Brown, but Jesus Christ, there's so much energy to pull out. Did Chris have his bodyguard take the hit? Did you, Chris? Did somehow or another you guys get to coordinate this and tell your bodyguard that, to say, like, hey, tell them you did it. I'm going to put New Beginning out because one of the cards won't allow me to shuffle. So I'm taking it out and putting it a part of the reading. So I want to make this as quick as possible because I like Chris Brown, but I've never kept that a secret. Chris is like my son's age bracket, so I actually like him. I also understand Chris as a young man and his feistiness or his creative side or, you know, his spontaneous, explosive side. And I don't mean that in a way, you know, with the fighting and all. I just think in his spirit he's spontaneous. So that's why I like Chris Brown. Because I'm just trying to understand him from a totally different perspective. And probably from a mom's perspective. Like, seriously. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to check to see if the bodyguard was told to take the blame. Pulling the cards now, people. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, interesting enough, I've never been wrong on any of Chris's readings, ever. I tend to be off with most of Rihanna's readings, but you know what I'm getting? I don't know if I'm so off with most of Rihanna's readings. I think somebody's watching my videos in Rihanna's group, and then Rihanna does the opposite. It's my ego. I gotta put my glasses on. I can't see people. I'm blind as a bat. Okay. Yes. 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 Be strong. You're stronger than you think you are. Your strength assures the happiness, endings, and beginnings. New beginnings I got from this card too. The old must be released so that the new can enter in. He's learning. He's learning. Like he's almost there. He's almost crossing the threshold of getting it through his thick head. Did his bodyguard take the blame? I have to say yes. I have to say yes. I think this bodyguard, this particular guard that is in trouble, I think that he admires Chris. I think he loves Chris. I think he's like ride or die type of best friend. This particular bodyguard, I think he would do anything for Chris. I have to say yes. Is he in trouble for it? Yes, but I also think he has a record from the past anyway, so it's not like any of this would be too new for him. I think that they're telling him that they will take care of him. I think that he knows that the bodyguard knew that if Chris was found having to have participated in this, it would crumble his career. I think that they're going to financially take care of this guy. I really do. This is the card that tells me, falls in my hopes and fears, tells me that he absolutely knew that this would ruin Chris's career, and he does not want that for him. This is Chris informing him that, you know, I got your back. Like, whatever you need, I'm going to be there for you if you do this. I totally believe that Chris would stick with him no matter what. I totally believe that. The other question I got was that did it involve his emotional issues with Karrueche Tran? I have to say yes to that too. My lover's card tells me lovers, depending upon how the cards show up. In Chris's case, it shows up poorly. Lovers can show up wonderful if I get great loving cards around it. But most times, lovers mean somebody's in the middle. Something stands in the middle. And this has everything to do with where Chris is at emotionally. And because he is not sure of like how to move forward with Karrueche, he wants to keep her close. He is a best friend. I feel like he will do right by her. But she's like a little gnat that keeps gnawing at, gnawing, I don't know what the word is. Like to gnaw, at Chris for the wrong reasons. Because what she wants is to supersede the public and Rihanna. More the public though. So the more that you guys say you like this Karrueche's not good for you, the more she wants to prove to the public that you don't understand. Like, I know Chris the best. Like, Chris will not abandon me. And she wants to prove that to the world. She's had several milestones in proving it. And so this problem was so big in Chris's head. Chris, it's not that big of a deal. Like, just say no. It's okay. But you guys are now developing an equal amount of explosiveness in your relationship. And Chris, you got to be careful. I promise you. You make Karrueche mad, Karrueche's coming after you. You know, she's going to get to the point that when she recognizes that she's been strung along, and I don't think you are stringing her along, I think that she's just going to come to that conclusion. She's going to retaliate. Okay? So whether she retaliates on some reality show and she gets you back, or she's going to retaliate where, you know, she's going to say, you hit her. I hope that doesn't happen, Chris. You're ready for change, and I swear I want you to just take a break. Just take a break from dating. Just take a break. 8 months. 8 months. Just be by yourself. Oh, please, God. I begged you before to change. And things are going to change for you. You're going to be inside your head for a little bit. Very defensive. Very defensive and inside your head. But things will get better. Things will get better because you will perceive things better. It's going to take a few months. It's going to take a few months. The new year is going to be much, much better for you. I feel like you do get to change things around. I'm not really looking at what your court is going to look like today. I'm just so tired of looking at you in the courts. I'm looking at in the long haul of your relationship. Make a sacrifice for self. Make a sacrifice for you. For you, not for Karrueche, not for Rihanna. Make a sacrifice for you, and all your demons come behind you. You still harbor love for Rihanna. I'm sorry. I have to put it out there. Don't care. You still harbor love for her, but emotionally, you might just pick up your bridges and walk away from Rihanna too, ultimately. One of my other Twitter people, I don't know if I'm allowed to mention her name, from New York, or Twitter or YouTube, can't remember. You know, she told me, and I'm kind of believing it looking at these cards, that if you take care of you, Chris, if you do you, if you sacrifice the time it takes to get your act together and you do you and come back to a spiritual place, come back to an authentic place, come back to a creative, loving, I love me place, today, the cards are telling me that you actually could walk away from Rihanna. I think Karrueche might be pushed way to the side now over this situation. Like, I don't know if you can conjure this back up in terms of being in a relationship with her ever again. But the growth that could come out of this, you may actually learn from this experience that you might have to emotionally leave Rihanna as well. And one of my other Twitter people, YouTube people from New York, she kind of told me that in the first place. And to be honest with you, I was like, ah. But now I'm looking at the cards, and with this last situation, yeah, it actually might be the case. I think you guys are going to be really, really surprised who Chris ends up with. I'm not taking credit for this. I was just waiting for it to show up. And I think my friend's prediction from New York, I don't know if I can mention your name, so I want to be really fair to you. So don't be mad if I don't mention your name. I'm not sure if you authorized me to mention your name, but now I'm afraid to mention it because I'm just afraid. So I think you are right, my friend from New York. I think you're right that in this situation, with this last situation involving jail, something's going to come out of this for Chris, some sort of sacrifice. He's going to learn to leave his crazy behind. He's going to learn to decide that his actions just aren't healthy for him. I don't know about the gang, OHB, or whoever they are. I'm not quite confident. I'm not reading that. It's just taking him a moment to figure all this stuff out. When he figures it out, there actually may be some third party that comes in that is, you know, healthier for Chris than all three. So the question was, did Chris Brown have his bodyguard take the brunt of this situation that went down in Washington, D.C., this fight or whatever? The answer is yes. So I don't know what I answered. I hope you guys are satisfied. This is Tracey Brown calling from the Green Man store. This is on Chris Brown again. Oh, Chris, if I could make money off of you, I would be rich by now. All right, guys, have a good day. Take it easy. Bye.